If you watching on YouTube, go ahead and put your comments in the chat. I'm here. I ain't running. It is what it is.
Come on,
And
you
I
got to do
will.
this with more
And
excitement.
would you hush? You didn't want me to say nothing to you last year after the tournament.
But at least my team went to the next. I'm sorry, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That
Yeah, who did
that's
they
not the
lose
way it
to?
is. Yeah, the team that you're mourning right now. I'm sorry. Go continue.
Stop interrupting. I'm finna say as we continue on, we're gonna be giving you live updates on the women's side of it.
I'm so sorry. I am so
Jeez.
sorry.
You know,
I am
it
so
ain't the
sorry.
men's tournament just ain't going on. The women's tournament going on too. You know.
I do know that.
All right. So the men's tournament. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's go ahead and get it over with.
Hmm.
There will be a new champion crown yet again.
And this was in their home state too. I mean, that's
As
what makes it even
the
worse.
Iowa Hawkeyes upset the number one team in the rest of the region, Florida Gators, 73-72 last night.
That would be the South. But yeah, I'm so sorry. And they came in your home state.
Yes, the game took place in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Iowa wanted it more. Plain and simple.
Yeah, they did.
Iowa wanted it more.
Is there anything I could do to help ease the pain that you have?
Nope.
No,
You don't even
nothing.
know you don't even know the shirt rundown, so you have no idea what to do.
But I could be a compassionate friend.
I don't need a compassionate friend.
Yes, you do because you're.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do because you got to turn that frown
Tr-
upside down.
Would you be quiet and trust me when I tell you this?
I'm
Like I
so
say,
sorry.
you don't know the show rundown, so you don't know what to do.
I am
You have
so
no idea what
sorry.
to do, so don't even
I am
try.
so sorry. I'm trying to be compassionate.
I don't need you to be compassionate. I just need you to be you because that's nothing you can do for me, okay?
I'm trying to be me, and part of being me is to feel for my friends.
I'm telling you, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Nothing at all. There's
I'm
literally
s-
nothing you can do.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please proceed.
One of the main problems that Florida had yesterday, guard
Winning?
play.
I'm sorry, my bad. My bad, I didn't mean to say
Guard play.
that. Yeah, it actually did show. Just just being real, it actually did show in the final play of the game because that was a mm. You had penetration, you dished it out, but you passed it to three black jerseys. Yeah, better decision making would have eh, just in that play alone. If the decision making was better made in that play, we're talking about a different final score.
I got 7 points for Boogie Flynn, who, by the way, was the person who decided to cut under the screen and allow Iowa to go on a fast break, which led to a 3 pointer.
Oh, that was some on Iowa's end. That was awesome. That seriously, that was awesome. Execution. The way they made that broke it down that three. That was well executed. Well executed.
I don't know why we was pressuring we was up to
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, and I think that's what made it worse. Florida was trying to pressure the ball, and when that happened, it left it left the defense that was after the inbounds wide open and vulnerable.
So I have no idea what Falcon was doing on that one, but yeah, I ain't gonna question that man is a champion.
But not this year.
It's just Iowa wanted it more. They actually tied us in rebounding. That's the main stat that people gonna look at. 27 on the boards, 27 on the boards.
See, you tied with Iowa with the ball on the boards. That's right.
That's coming from a team who out rebounded their competition by 15.
But you got to look at the positives.
There's no positives. That's not a positive. We out rebounded everybody by 15. We got tied with Iowa on the rebounding category.
Again, I'm so sorry, Playmaker. I really am.
No, you're not. That's why you're doing that on purpose.
My heart goes out to you.
I'm going to give you a little insight why Coach Johnson's doing what he's doing. Because for almost a year, he was been steaming about what happened last year.
Me?
He's been steaming about what happened last year.
And I'm pissed now. Under the surface, I'm pissed. Because doggone it, Florida, you had to mess it up. You were supposed to be in Elite Eight with Houston. How dare you mess this up and get punked out by the 9th seeded in our region? I'm pissed. But since I'm a friend of a person who roots for the defending national champs who unfortunately won't be able to defend it anymore, my heart goes out to you. I'm being sympathetic.
And that's the funny thing about that, you know.
I'm so sorry.
Look at this graphic.
Yeah. It's rare that you see the defending champs repeat because you only have one in the last 10 years. Yeah,
it's rare to see the defending champs make it to the second weekend.
Yeah.
Like you're the defending champs, you can't make it to the second weekend of the tournament. You can't make it to the Sweet 16 unless you're UConn. And then the following year, UConn got knocked out in the second round by who?
Florida, the defending champions from last year. Yeah.
It's just one of them days
that a man goes through when he's hurting inside.
Somebody else who's feeling my pain.
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, also a moment of silence for another bracket. No credentials required zone, Ryan McCarthy, as he also like one Mr. Playmaker stupidly made Florida the national champion. He says, "What's happening, fellas?" R.I.P. my bracket. Ready? And pull. Man, that's all right, though, Brian. You have company. No, I didn't call it. I just said the selection was, not the people.
The selection was stupid because you ain't even argue with it. Now, knows what usually happens when you try to get on me, something bad happens to your team. You know that, right?
I'm not getting on you.
That's what you're doing. You rubbing it in, and you know how this goes.
I am not rubbing it in.
If Houston lose to Iowa, you're gonna be here next Monday trying to light fire under everything. You might as well. So you better stop while you're here. You know how this usually goes.
I am not gloating or rubbing it in. I'm being compassionate. I told you.
Being compassionate. Like I said, you've been waiting a year to get back at Florida.
And I still can't get back at them because Florida decided to punk out 2 rounds before they could meet. It would have worked out perfectly. Florida and Houston would have been in Houston for the Elite Eight matchup. The winner goes on to be the South representative in the Final Four. But the punks decided to get punked out by Iowa 2 rounds earlier. Pisses me off.
I can't say nothing because the Big Ten is actually showing out.
Yeah. That
something they haven't done since 2000, you know. Just throwing somebody's name. I ain't gonna throw nobody's name out there, but I just had a conversation with him on Facebook. But we ain't crowning the Big Ten yet until they cut down the nets, and they have to cut down the nets. And it's not him.
I know. It was years before he actually made it to the program. But it was Michigan State, though.
Yeah, 2000. Ironically, who they beat for that championship?
Was that?
That's ironical. Who did they beat for that championship?
Oh, was it? It was Florida. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So yes, the biggest storyline coming out of week one, out of the first weekend of the men's tournament.
Yeah, first weekend. Yeah.
The defending champs are ousted early again.
I'm so sorry. I really am. And if there's anything I can do to ease your pain, let me know.
I'm trying to. You stop asking. I told you already. There's nothing you can do. Why you keep asking?
Because I'm trying to lighten your load.
There's nothing. When I told you you don't know a show rundown, that should let you know there's nothing you can do.
I know that, but still, I want to be compassionate to you. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I will stop asking.
By the way, before he reads Ryan's comment, Virginia and Iowa are in double overtime right now.
Go ahead, ladies. Do your thing. and McCarthy, Ryan 1-4 or 1/2 of No Criticism Required. Ryan McCarthy, he says, also talking about Creighton's former head coach, it was nice to have Jerry Mack at Siena for 2 seasons before trotting back to Syracuse.
No, you're talking about Gary McNamara. He just coached Siena, and they got ousted by.
I'm sorry.
If I remember,
Jerry McNamara. Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot that. I forgot.
That's who. I'm about to say Syracuse just hired a new coach. That's him.
Well, yeah. I just called him the sidekick to Carmelo Anthony.
All right. Now, from that, there was some other surprising results that took place in week 1 in the first weekend of the tournament. Mr. Johnson, I did say one game is going to be one of the highest scoring games, even though I was kind of wrong on that regard because some other teams, like the one season, decided to put up over 100 points in their first round games, but that's neither here nor there.
But you're correct. The defense was optional in the High Point, Wisconsin game. And High Point was the one to get that one extra basket over Wisconsin, it upsetting them in round 1, 83-82. And also in the round 64, you have Virginia Commonwealth. They knocked over North Carolina in overtime, 82-78. Virginia Commonwealth was down by 19 before coming back and winning. And if you heard this loud sound that basically said truck, but it was not truck, it was F in front of the UCK, and you heard it from somewhere east, that was our boy Cool McCain cursing out the Tar Heels. So I'm sorry, my brother. It looks like you're right about Hubert Davis. Texas A&M gave St. Mary's the boot in double digits fashion, 63-50. St. Mary's never did lead, and the Aggies led by 20. Now, normally, I would hate this. It would break my heart to see A&M succeed, but I got my just desserts in the next round. St. Louis. Not
talking about surprising result. Good gracious.
St. Louis, not only did they beat Georgia, they beat the Bulldogs down to the tune of 102-77. You can't even call this an upset. You call this an embarrassment. The Bulldogs never led, and St. Louis led by as many as 40 before having.
You want to know why? You want to know why you had to suffer this result, Georgia? Guess who's on your sideline coaching? Mike White.
And then, although I did pick against them, this makes me happy.
I don't know why you not a Longhorn fan when it comes to basketball.
I mean, I do the hook 'em every now and then. With basketball, the Longhorns, they defeated. How can I put this? They defeated the polygamists. 79. I'm sorry, BYU. 79-71. You see, what happened here was that you had all those players.
I can tell you what happened here. What happened here is nobody came to the party for AJ. AJ dropped 35.
AJ dropped 35, and the others dropped babies in every one of their baby mamas. Now,
That's a
too
darn
bad.
shame. Nobody wanted to come to the party for AJ.
But they went to the party.
Nobody.
They went to the party for their concubines. So
I
they were good.
bruh, that man dropped 30. That man was doing everything he can to keep y'all in the game.
Well, he dropped 35, and the others dropped their pants. I mean, what can you say?
Why you gotta make everything sexual?
I can't help if they want to marry 20 women and 19 of them have to be in their own family. I can't help this.
That has nothing to do with sports.
Because they come to the arena depleted.
No, they just didn't do nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Reason.
That's what I'm saying. They put in work outside the arena, and then when they got in the arena, they had nothing else to give.
That must be happening down in Houston too, huh?
Don't you start. Don't you start.
I'm just saying, somebody ain't the 3 seed no more in the West. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, Houston has advanced. That's all that matters.
And I ain't talking about the Cougars either.
I know you ain't talking about the Cougars.
Sticking to the same sport though. Unlike you.
I stuck to the sport.
You went to sex. That's what you went to.
I can't help it. I see BYU, I go red, and I think they're Mormons, and they want to have 15, 16 wives to every man.
You do that. No, you do that to anybody in sports, regardless of what show we're doing. You even do it to your own darn coach, Steve Sarkisian.
No, I don't do sex with him. Unless he screws a bottle. Unless he screws a bottle and cheese and cheese cuts. Outside of that, I don't go that route with Sarkisian. Ryan says, and I wonder if you know what it means. Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder, does BYU offer Joseph Smith's golden plates in lieu of NIL money? I'll just leave.
I think Ryan's trying to do what you're trying to do. It's not going to work because y'all don't know what this show is not going to be my favorite show whatsoever. It's going to be the worst show I ever been a part of.
No, it's not, because we're still going to be laughing. You're still going to laugh, and
I'm trying to tell you. Wait till you get through this show. You be like, oh yeah, you really is going through it. Hey, wait, that was the round of 64. Let's go to the round of 32. Outside of Florida getting knocked off.
So in the round of 32, other than why, unfortunately, Playmakerz is still in a state of mourning, Alabama decided to actually show up and clobber Texas Tech 90-65.
They just beat the brakes off them.
Yeah, that was the victory wasn't surprising. The way Crimson Tide basically rolled over the Red Raiders was. Tennessee, they decided to actually, in a mild upset, go over on Virginia 79-72. Mr. Barnes, I still am not going to give you an apology because you're going to have this team underachieve as you always do. Congratulations and actually getting your boys to Sweet 16, but you're going to find a way to get bounced horribly. That's just how you roll. And University of Texas keeps rolling as they messed up my bracket a little bit and beat and upset number 3 Gonzaga 74-68. Probably that is one of the most surprising round of 32 games. Of course, doesn't top the Iowa over Florida game, but this one came very close.
This one ain't even come close at all. You knocked off the defending champs. That's a lot to be said about that. And then we are down to 16.
And that's why we took a block. And we did mourning for that. I'm sorry.
No, so, you took a block and did mourning.
I did not. I did not section off the game. You did, sir. But yes, the men's Sweet 16 breaking down by conferences as follows. The ACC should be ashamed of themselves because Duke is the only one remaining in the Sweet 16.
Didn't that same thing happen last year?
Pretty much. The Big 12, they have 3. The number 2 seed Iowa State, number 2 seed Houston, and one of the national championship contenders, Arizona. In the SEC, you have 4. You have Alabama in the fourth seed, another 4th seed in a different region, Arkansas. You have the 6th seed Tennessee, and the surprising 11th seed Texas. In the Big East, you have 2. UConn, the ranked then a number 2 seed in their region, and in a really good game, St. John's beating Kansas with a last second layup.
If St. John's can be the 1 seed and UConn can get past their matchup, guess what? Guess what will be the Elite 8 matchup in that region?
It will be those 2, yeah. And you have the big winners conference-wise in the Big Ten. You have Iowa, of course, has the biggest victory so far in the tournament. They ranked 9th seed. Number 4 seed Nebraska, who came off a wonderful game, an exciting game, probably one of the most exciting games in the tournament thus far, by squeaking out a 1-point victory against Vanderbilt. Talk about a hard luck shot. That ball saw all parts of the rim and bounced out. Number 3 seeded Illinois, number 3 seeded Michigan State, number 2 seeded Purdue, and number 1 seed Michigan. So you have 6 from the Big Ten, 2 from the Big East, 3 from the Big 12, 4 from the SEC, and 1 from the ACC.
Dude, we doing morning for me. I need to be doing morning. You may do morning for the All Coast Conference.
But they still have the number 1 ranked team.
That's the only team they can depend on.
That's still in the tournament. I can't do a. I can't. They
can't depend on North Carolina. They can't depend on Clemson. They can't depend on Louisville.
And couldn't depend on Virginia. Yeah.
They can't depend on nobody to get to the Sweet 16 out of that conference, but Duke. Now I know Jim Fields like that. Man, where's the representation from this conference? It's supposed to be a basketball conference. Well, don't look like
it. It ain't now.
If you ain't had Duke, you won't have a chance.
Yeah, I'm about to say you wouldn't have a representative if it weren't for Duke.
Forget 2 years in a row. We talking about 2 years in a row.
Because if they get a chance, you wouldn't have a representative if it weren't for Duke. I mean, you at least have a chance.
But that's the reaction for week 1. Now we get to the bracket.
So, a Playmaker had in the East region, the 2 seeds are still alive, Duke and UConn. In the Midwest region, his top 2 seeds are still alive, Michigan and Iowa State. And, of course, those are his Elite 8 matchups. Unfortunately, in the South region, we won't have that matchup, which that would be the same for me. And in the West region, we won't either because BYU decided to not show up. They decided to actually have orgies in lieu of playing Texas. But Arizona's still there in the West, and Houston is still there. Now they are the top ranked team in the South region.
And it gets worse.
And so Playmaker, the Final Four, his Final Four was Duke, Arizona, Michigan, and Florida. All number 1 ranked, all number 1 seeded teams were to make it to the dance. He had Florida and Arizona to be in the national championship game, and he had Florida winning it. And since Florida's out, that means the Playmaker cannot win this bracket for 2026.
Told you he been streaming over for a whole year over this, and he had nothing. This ain't one just about the national championship game last year. It's the fact that I took on the bracket challenge too.
It pissed me off. 39 minutes, led the game for 39 minutes and couldn't lead the game for the most important minute, and it's still 11 and a half months later pisses me off.
I won the bracket challenge over him, so
and
it was a double whammy for him.
And then this man had to beat me in the bracket. I had him to rights. He messed me over. And now with the bracket,
I ain't mess you over.
Yes, you did. You messed
me over.
Didn't. Yes, you did.
I ain't mess you over.
You could have picked another chump, and I would have taken the bracket.
Who fault is that? You really thought I wasn't gonna pick my own team when they was looking the way they was looking?
Well, now I know you would pick your team even if they didn't look as well as they did last year.
No, you know, Zach, you have done this with me for some years. You know how I roll. I want to pick them if I didn't believe.
I didn't say you didn't believe. I said the way they looked. Now, you can believe all you want and have them look a certain way. Those are two different categories.
Hell, you don't even believe in Houston this year.
Exactly. Because Houston's not the best team in college basketball.
Well,
but I believe in them.
One. You got to ask out Virginia. I forgot you had Virginia. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Tennessee, the number on you.
Yeah. So my East region, that's still intact. Duke and Michigan State. West region, that's still intact. Arizona, Purdue. Midwest region is not. Number 1 seed Michigan is advanced. Virginia got bounced by Tennessee. And of course, the South region, your Gators messed me up.
I think you're more mad about Virginia getting bounced by Tennessee than Florida getting beat by Iowa.
In terms of bracket, yes. But in terms of this show, I'm pissed off that Houston does not get a chance to avenge Florida and beat them down in Houston. They should have gone to the Toyota Center and spanked Florida down. But Florida was too punkish to make it that far.
But your Final Four is still intact.
So my Final Four is still intact, which is Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan. Now,
it means your national championship game is still intact.
Yeah. Now,
which means your champion is still intact.
Yes.